how to create a rainbow thumbnail for YouTube using Affinity. Something like this: red, orange, yellow, etc. This is for PC or Mac. First thing, size the document. Now I'm just going to go up here to document and then setup, and you can see there, document setup, you can actually see the size. So it's 1280 and 720. You could of course use something else if you want, but that's the one I'm going to go with. Next thing to do is just create a rectangle, and the rectangle is going to be over the entire image. So rectangle and that. Reason being, I can now resize that very easily and create 7 slices. That's what I want. So I've got that. I can now just go here to the transform. So window, general and transform. And I can just set this to divide by 7. That's all I need to do, 7. So 7, because I want 7 slices. Divide by 7. So I've got that slice. Now I'm going to go, obviously, and duplicate this. So just go over here, move tool, and hold down the Alt Option key and drag. And create that. And you can repeat this, obviously, going across. And with that, you can see now I've got here, I've got that number of slices. With the slices, I can then recolour them. And I've got the colour scheme that I need, which is of course red, orange, yellow, etc. The colours of the rainbow. So how to do that? I want to set the colours now. So all I need to do is go here to the context toolbar and just click here. So just click here and then just set them. Now you can find the colours online. So I'm just going to go through them. So I've got the colours here, and just go here with the RGB sliders and 255. Let's just go for the first one, and it's 3 and 3, which I think creates a nice vibrant red, and of course for all the others as well. So again, let's just go to the next one. With that, click here again, just click there and then set it this time to 255 and go with 140 and 0. And you've got orange, and then just go through it, put yellow, green, etc. as you go across. I will put the notes to this, all the colours on the screen. I've got all of the various colours set up. Once you've done that, next thing is add some images. And I've got some images here. They're Adobe stock images. I could use anything. You could have pop stars, you maybe want cars, you might want anything. In this case, of course, they're not in any particular order. I'm just going to use these images and just place them into those colours. So with this one, I've got this one here. All I need to do is edit and copy. You could use a selection, of course, pretty reasonable as well, but edit and copy, and let's just go back to this document and select the first one. I'm using the move tool, so I've got that selected, edit, and then paste inside. Now, a useful thing for this is I would suggest use the zoom tool, and then you can resize and reposition it a lot easier than just being very close up. And you can just move it around and resize. You could of course resize outside as well. You could actually just use that. Now I would suggest go for maybe halfway. You could put it in the top half. You could go like that. You could have it in the bottom half. Up to you how you want to do it. And you can resize it, of course, as you want to put the face or whatever you've, of course, got. Maybe you want parts of the car, parts of maybe a product or something, if you're doing a product one. So you've got that and you can reposition that. And with that, I can now go to the next one. I'm going to change some other things later, but let's just go to the next colour and do exactly the same. So I'm just going to go to this one, and you can see I've got a selection here. So edit and copy, and go back again to this document, and again edit and then paste and paste inside. And it's using this one, so now I can resize this again. Again, like I say, because I've zoomed, I can actually make it, just manipulate it so much easier. Now you can then, of course, just position it, make certain it's all just a long line, but you can have it up and down, maybe different levels, depending on what you want. Maybe you have that very small for the first one, or very tall for the first one, and then go down in different sizes. Make lots of variations of this design. And of course, you can maybe angle it. You can rotate it, you don't have to keep it the same size. So put that, and again, you just put it like that and position it. You might want some guides or grids set up so you can actually just align it really perfectly, because unfortunately the snap doesn't seem to be available when you use it using the paste inside into a shape. And then we can select this one, and then we can repeat that obviously with the various images. So I'm just going to go through all of the different colours, put different images into those using paste inside, exactly the same approach. Once you've got all of the various images, what you need to do then is just go over here, move tool, and select the background. Make certain you select the background. With that, you can then go up here and change the blend mode in the layers panel. So just go up here and go with darken, maybe, or multiply, just run through them. Now, I think luminosity is quite a nice one. You could always use that. Then select the next one. So let's just go again, this one. Again, go up here and go through luminosity again. You might want to select this one and then make certain you select the actual pixel layer, not the rectangle. And then you can go again up here and you can see then luminosity, or maybe try something else. You might not want luminosity. Maybe go again, go this one, make certain you select the pixel layer again. And then up here, just go through luminosity. Now, there's of course many other ways of doing this. I'm just using this approach, but you could use it other ways. Maybe apply image is another one. You could apply to different layers, all those things, and use blend modes there. That's another option. And again, select that one and then go through these, and you can try it. Maybe you prefer negation. It's always possible. Luminosity again, and then you can always, of course, move them around, reposition them. Select that one again, and then go down here again, luminosity, and again, select that one, and then click there and luminosity. So you've got now your colourful scheme all the way across. Now, as mentioned, this is no particular order. So you've got this. What you can then do is add some text. So deselect everything. Just go over here and go to the artistic text tool, and then just click on the document and just get the text at the top. You don't want to be inside something, because then you end up having to mess around putting things here and everywhere. I think it's just easier just to put it right at the top by deselecting everything, and then just type in level or whatever, maybe just 1 or 2 or A, whatever. So level 1, and with that you can then go here and just resize it. And I'm just going to go with that, and maybe that's a bit too big, so let's just resize that a bit more. Put it like that. Now you'll notice here I've got Arial, I've got bold. But if I hold down the Alt Option key and drag, obviously I can do that, and then I can go here and set it to level 2. But I don't want it to be bold, so with that I can select that one, and I can then set it to just regular, or maybe italic. It's always possible. And now, of course, just repeat this. You can just drag this across, and I'm just going to drag it. Oops. Hold down the Alt Option key and just drag across again and repeat. And then, of course, change it from level 2 to level 3, 4, etc. Or whatever, or unit 3 or 1 or 2, area 1, position 1, whatever you want. Level 2, and then a level 3. And then again, click on there. Set it to 4, then 5, and then that one, 6. And with this one, the M1 here, just hold down the, again, Alt Option key on the keyboard and just drag, and you got there level 1. Obviously at this point, again, go to the text tool. There's text tool, artistic text tool I should say, and set it to 7. And you can see it's bold. Now you don't have to have the same position. You might want it up or down or whatever. Maybe you would prefer level just to be the single word, and maybe the 1 here. So you could reposition it like that. And maybe have that different size. Just go here and have it, say, 64, and so on. There's a number of things you could do. Obviously have it, maybe it's a separate artistic text set of characters for that one, and so on. You could see you can then build up all kinds of different levels there. Maybe go with fading. So you could have like level 1 is bigger. Level 2, slightly change it by just changing the opacity for the text, that is. Just change it and maybe reduce it down. So you have it sort of fading away. Maybe go with that one, fade it a bit more. No, I don't want that. I want the opacity. And you can see as you do that, you could do that sort of approach to create some variation or interest in the design, make it slightly different. And again, you can always go to the different things. Maybe you want this one to be higher up or maybe smaller, whatever. You can do it. Just transform it, modify it. So once you've got your design, you're happy with the design. Obviously, I've tweaked it slightly here now. But what you can do, file, and then just go with save. And then you, of course, can export it as a PNG file, and then just use it, or JPEG. Mine are generally JPEGs, and just export it as a YouTube. So you can go export like that, and you can see you've got, conveniently, I've got there YouTube, and just got the nice format for YouTube, because you don't want a big file. You want the file to be less than 2 megs, because it will not accept it when you do various ones with YouTube. And another thing, you might want to just group all these. So let's just go over here with the move tool, select all of them. Let's just make sure I can select all of them. You can see there, select all of those different ones there. If I selected everything, don't know. But make sure you select them all. Then you can right click and group. No, I didn't select everything, but you can do a group. Once you've got a group, you can then use that and put it in the assets panel and just drag it back in at a later point if you want to just reuse that design. And then, of course, all you need to do then is slot out the individual faces then, or whatever you're, of course, using in your rainbow coloured thumbnail. You don't have to go with 7, of course. I've gone with 7 for the rainbow colours, but you could go with, say, 4 colours. Maybe just a red, green, blue and indigo. Or maybe with 5 colours. Obviously the text, the font can vary. Maybe have big numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. across the top. And maybe level or something just below. There's numerous options you can do with this rainbow approach for your thumbnail for YouTube. Hope you found this of interest. Any thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comments below. Also, comments about how would you approach this? Would you do it a slightly different way? Would you use the apply image? Would you use maybe recolor the images outside? Don't have to do it using blend modes. You could always, of course, just simply recolor it and then just bring it in without any blending at all. That's another option. There's lots of color options, of course. Here, pixel, you got here. Maybe use adjustment layers and just recolor them individually. That's another option as well if you want to do it that way.